Sure, that's a very, very good question. And thank you so much for asking that. You are asking, why is it that I keep dating the same type of person? I want better. However, I never end up with better. And the people that I end up with, they end up hurting me. Most importantly, I end up hurting myself because I begin to be mad at myself for even allowing that person have access. I'll be happy to answer that because you are where a lot of people have been and they're in your current predicament. And the reason most people end up dating the same type of people is because they don't date their desires. People don't really date their desires and what they want, but they end up dating their self image. They end up dating their mirror. What that person they see in the mirror, how they view themselves. They date from a place of self-worth. Yeah. Because a lot of people they don't date the people that they have a true desire for, but oftentimes you find people dating familiarity. What's familiar? Oh, that person reminds me of that person, and that's the type of person, and that's my type. Yeah. But it's not until familiarity connects to dysfunction and you find people out here dating from their inner wounds. So you're dating basically from your pain and who hurt you and how they hurt you because most people they date from their trauma. They don't date from their truth. So the truth of the matter is that God created them to be a royal priesthood. The truth of the matter is that they can become better. Is that they can be the most prettiest person in the world, have the best income in the world. They could be making six figures. They can be a millionaire. However, that same person, no matter how pretty they are, no matter how handsome they are, they can still date from their trauma. Yeah. And so what you find is you have so many people who could have gotten married, who could have been in a wholesome relationship, but unfortunately, they have a specific type, and their specific type is really their pain in disguise. Yeah, because we don't date based on the goodness of ourselves. We accept what we see or how we feel about ourselves, our self perception. Yeah, because it's our self perception that sets the ceiling. Yeah, and to be honest with you, uh, uh, no, you can have somebody that has agape love. Yeah, but their love can never be enough to heal what your identity continues to recycle. What you keep recycling the trauma that happened, the pain, the misery, and things of that nature that they can't heal that. And you can't heal it until you are ready to face it. Yeah, because we go out here and we want to date this person. They look like somebody that's my type, and I may be interested in them. This person reminds me of this person. If well, from a female's perspective, they're 6 feet, they're this complexion, they dress well, they smell well, they have a little edge with them, a little thuggish. Oh, she has a nice body, she looks pretty, and so on and so forth. It's familiar that feels safe until it start bleeding. And a lot of people, you have so many people who date the version of themselves that they've never healed from. I am telling you that if you ever decide that you want to get healed, the first thing that you have to do is that you have to change your mirror. You got to change your mirror because you have to start with the image you carry on the inside. starting with the image that you carry on the inside, is the first way to change your dating habits. Because to be honest with you, we don't date, we don't attract what we want. We don't attract what we want, but we attract what we survived. Yeah. We don't attract what we want, but we attract what we survive. Yeah. And your self-worth begins to get strengthened when you stop allowing people to disrespect you. That's number one. You have to change the mirror, because if you begin to see yourself as becoming whole, then you'll stop begging people to feed the holes that you carry, to feed the wounds that you carry. Yeah. You you got to change all of that. You got to change it. You got to change how you see yourself. You got to change what you say to yourself. You have to reprogram yourself in silence. You don't need a whole crowd around you. You don't need a million therapists. You don't need to call your good girlfriend or your best buddy. You don't need to do all of that. You just need to cut a lot of external validation off. Yeah, cut the habits that no longer serve that no longer serve the healed you, and the habits that continually feed the unhealed you. Yeah, I hope that this helps you. Yeah, because a lot of people, what they do is they walk around despondent. They walk around in so much pain and so much agony, because they think that because I haven't been in a relationship in so long that they are healed. They think that. They think that healing is short. Is it takes a short period. No, no. So you have a whole bunch of damaged people out here dating damaged people. Yeah, you have to redefine your attraction meter. Redefine your patterns. Redefine your type. Yeah, because healing changes your type. When you begin to heal, when you begin to become better, when you begin to come stronger, it changes your type. Why? Because the healing changes how you view yourself, your self-image. Yeah, and the second reason why a lot of people, why a lot of people, um, they continually date the same type of person, is because they are looking for validation. And so validation becomes their new addiction. When you're operating from an empty place, anything and anybody that comes along will fill you up. They will fill you up. And you don't want to become so needy that anybody fills you up. You want to operate from a place of fullness. A fullness of what? Fullness of how strong you are. Fullness, you're filled with your healed self, filled with your self-worth, filled with God's grace and his mercy. That's where you operate from, not a place of wanting and having a desire to be noticed. So first you have to change your mirror. The second thing is that you have to stop trying to seek validation from everybody. And I know I said a whole lot in there, but hopefully that helps you. Yeah. So to answer your question and to summarize what we just talked about, is that the reason a lot of people date the wrong person is because they date their reflection, and they have to change their inner wounds. You have to change you and how you feel about yourself and your self perception before you go out here and start dating somebody that makes yourself that reinforces your damaged self reflection. The second thing that I said is that You have to reprogram your self-worth in silence. You don't need a whole bunch of people around you. And and one of the other things that I said is that you have to stop seeking external validation, because when you seek validation from while you're on empty, anybody that comes along will fill you up. Thus, that's why people are able to play on your feelings. That's why people are able to manipulate you. That's why you keep going around in the same loop. Einstein said a lot of people if will go around doing the same thing over and over again, but looking for a different result. And that's the definition of insanity. Yeah. So let's do some self imagery. Yeah. Let's focus on ourselves. Stop trying to heal everybody else. Stop dating. Put your dating life on hold until you change your mirror, until you change your self image and how you perceive yourself, until you get rid of, until you allow God to fill you up instead of seeking validation from everybody else and allowing them to fill you up. Hopefully, this helps you. I'm glad that you asked your question. Yeah. Thank you.